Hey cousins, happy Mindset Monday and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Chrissy Pips. Now in today's video, we're jumping back into chapter 3 of Trading the Zone by Mark Douglas. And this chapter is taking responsibility. Now, don't forget to like if you enjoy the content in this video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next. Comment and share on social media if you think others can benefit from this info. But as always, if you're here, you're interested, so let's get into it. Now, as traders, we need to identify how we are and are not responsible for what happens and what we do as traders. Sharpening our mental environment is where we're going to start. Now, if we want to become successful traders, we need to control our mental environment. If we are willing and have a strong desire to learn, we will be able to install the proper beliefs and attitudes to become consistently successful in our trading. Now, our ultimate goal is consistency. Now, right now, we don't fully see the full potential of the opportunities in front of us in the market as a result of not really being consistent. Our primary goal needs to be learning how to think like a consistently successful trader. Successful traders have a unique way of thinking that allows them to trade without fear and keeps them disciplined enough to trade without being reckless and keeps them from making errors based on fear. It's not possible to win every trade, but this unique way of thinking, these two things, will be the biggest part of how we will start to see success. And I do say start because this will not happen overnight. Now, once we master this way of thinking, we will stop fear-based errors like rationalizing during our trades, hoping, subconsciously distorting market information, jumping the gun, or even hesitating to make decisions before, during, or after our trades. Once fear is gone, there's no need to make these errors. Now, we also need discipline to avoid euphoria and or the overconfidence that comes from back-to-back wins. We must learn to take control of ourselves. Instead of learning to think like traders, most people focus more on money by learning about the market, thinking that that's the be-all, end-all of things. It's easy to assume that it's what we don't know about the market that causes us to lose or causes the lack of consistency. But that's not true. The consistency we're looking for is in our minds and not the market. Our attitude is what helps us produce better and more consistent results. Now, changing our attitude and belief system will make trading easy, more fun, and now, the zone is a state of mind where there's no fear. You don't consider consequences, weigh alternatives, or second guess yourself. You're just in the moment and you just do. Now, you act and react instinctively. This only happens once you get past fear. You can't will your way into the zone, but by creating a positive mental attitude, you can create an environment like the zone. Now, do you have a trading plan or set of rules to follow during your trading? Answer in the corner. I'll drop a little card there. Now, if not, I'll help you out. I'll add a link to my trading plan video in the description box and at the end. Now, having a trading plan that involves proper risk management and sticking to the trading plan will help with the discipline side of things and helps eliminate fear. It's hard to be scared when you already know what you stand to gain or lose prior to entering a trade. Knowing these things in advance also gives you the opportunity to make adjustments to remove fear if you feel that the loss might be too much for you to handle. But moving right along, reacting to loss. Losing and being wrong are inevitable. It's not possible to win every trade. There are too many variables involved in trading. How will losing a trade affect you, though? Now, it depends on your attitude about the loss, your expectations going into the loss, and your interpretation of the loss. It boils down to your beliefs and attitudes. Now, if you went into the trade understanding that losses are a part of trading, if you accept the risk and considered and accounted for the negative financial and negative emotional aspects of trading, then the likelihood of your positive attitude deteriorating is very low. And that's a good thing. You want to keep a positive mental attitude while you're trading. Now, most traders either don't enter into trades believing or accepting the risk, or they don't take into account anything other than what they want to happen during a trade. Sounds selfish, right? And this is where they start to feel emotional pain. They feel like the market did this to me. And their expectations were a little off because they didn't only look into or take into account what they wanted to happen, but they didn't take into account what could actually happen or consider what could happen if it went the wrong way. Like I said before, there are a lot of different variables to consider when you're involved in trading. Feeling this type of emotional pain is natural. This is definitely what we want to avoid, though. We need to accept the responsibility of our actions so that we can learn from our mistakes and move forward in the correct state of mind and not do silly things like revenge trade. Now, most people assume that they're taking responsibility, but in all actuality, they just want the market to do something for them. Now, when one trader wins, another trader has to lose, right? Every trader is there to win money. So the market does not have loyalty to any one person. The market's only responsibility is to follow the rules that are established for the market. The market doesn't owe anybody anything. Although the market is there to take money from you, it also presents several opportunities for you to take money from it. Now, taking responsibility, acknowledging and accepting that you are completely responsible for your success or failure as a trader is key. Do you feel like you're responsible for fulfilling somebody else's hopes, wishes, dreams, or expectations? No? Okay, every time you get mad at the market for not doing what you wanted it to do, you can't blame the market because it's just like asking the market to fulfill your desires, wishes, dreams, and expectations, right? You're asking the market to do something that's not fair. It's not responsible for any of that. You have to learn how to get what you want out of the market, and in order to do that, you have to accept complete responsibility for your actions. And if you've looked at previous videos, you have to use proper risk management. And that boils down to just being disciplined, okay? You create the outcome based on your interpretation of the market information and the decisions that you make or the actions that you take or inaction that you take. Now, thinking that the market is an enemy will take you out of the flow of opportunity. Not all failures in trading can be solved through better or more market analysis. You are the hard part. Now, the market doesn't know or care what you want. If you perceive the endless amount of opportunities to enter and exit the market without self-criticism or regret, you will be in the best mind to act in your own best interest and learn from your experiences. Now, on the other hand, if you perceive market information as painful in some way, then naturally you'll try to avoid pain by either consciously or subconsciously blocking the information that you'll need for like better awareness and start cutting yourself out from opportunities to win trades. Now, learning about the market. Now, learning about the market is a good thing and doesn't really cause a problem by itself. But you have to start to learn about the market with the right reason behind learning. If you go into learning about the market in spite of losing or in spite of some losses that you've taken in the past, you're going to continue to experience losses because you have become like a revenge trader. It's even worse. Now, don't learn about the market, how it moves, which oscillators and indicators to use for the wrong reason, because the emotional pain behind that is even worse. Now, our brain is wired to shield us from information and experiences that we think are painful. Now, subconsciously, our mind will alter, distort, or altogether exclude information that we could see as painful. Sometimes when you're inside of a trade that you need to get out of, you don't realize how happy you get every time you see the candles move in your direction. After so long, the trade starts to look so bad you finally close it. Once you have the opportunity to review the trade, you see where you should have gotten out and reversed your position, but you could only see that once you were out of the trade because, like I said, our minds are rigged to prevent us from experiencing negative emotions, and it hid the information that you needed from you while you were in the trade. You can't prevent pain by avoiding losing or being wrong. Don't be driven by the feeling you get from winning, and don't think that you know everything that will prevent you from losing again. The more you try not to make a mistake, the more mistakes you're gonna make. Emotion has no place in trading. The more you learn, the more debilitating the losses will become. And the more debilitating the losses become, the more you will be compelled to learn, which is a crazy spiral that you just don't want to find yourself in. The boom and bust cycle. Not everyone has a negative attitude about trading. Some traders are students of the market and they have a pleasantly positive attitude about trading. So despite any difficulties they may encounter, they still end up learning to make money in the market, but only on a limited basis. Now, this is because they don't know how to counteract the negative part of euphoria and or don't know how to counteract self-sabotage. Now, euphoria and self-sabotage psychologically have an extremely negative effect on your trading profits. Once you start winning, these things are definitely something that you need to concentrate on in order to keep winning, right? They are a big problem if you're not able to identify them. Now, when you're winning, you don't concern yourself with any of the negative aspects of trading, which can be catastrophic. Euphoria creates a type of super confidence that makes it so that you're not able to see and analyze the market correctly. You think the possibility of anything going wrong during your trade is just inconceivable. Keep in mind that you're most susceptible to making mistakes when you're winning. Euphoria affects your trading ability. It can do things like cause you to overtrade, open trades or positions that are too big for your account size, not use proper risk management, not follow the rules of your trading plan, and other bad judgment skills that you would normally have in place a good plan for. The losses and emotional pain are usually very large, and this is where you go from experiencing a boom in your trading to a big bust. Now, there are 3 types of traders if you classify them based on their results. The smallest group is probably less than 10% of active traders and are consistent winners. They see a steady rise in their equity curve with minor drawdowns. The drawdowns are like normal or typical losses that occur during trading. And it doesn't matter what your methodology is or what trading system that you have in place. These losses that the consistently successful winners experience are just normal. They're no longer susceptible to psychological forces that cause the boom and bust cycle. They have learned how to make money trading. Now, next is that 30 to 40% of active traders who are consistent losers. Their equity curves are the total opposite of the consistent winners. They put on many losing trades with an occasional winner. They've been trading for a while, but still don't know much about trading, and they either have illusions about the nature of trading or are addicted to trading in ways that make it almost impossible for them to be consistent winners. The last 40 to 50% are active traders, and they are the boomers and busters. They know how to make money, but they haven't learned that there's an entire ocean of trading skills that they haven't even began to master in order to keep the money that they make. Their equity curves typically look like roller coasters with a nice steady increase followed by a very deep decrease. Now, for each group, overconfidence or euphoria kicks in at different places along their winning streaks, right? And then they go back and forth. But when euphoria kicks in, things typically get bad. Your ability to perceive risk goes away, it just disappears. And what do you need rules for if nothing can go wrong? That's the mindset that you have when you're in that euphoric state. This causes you to make huge mistakes, and the huge mistakes cause you to feel betrayed by the market. And then you feel betrayed by your market analysis, right? It causes you to feel like you need to learn more about the market or learn more about the indicators and tools. Meanwhile, what you really need to learn is more about yourself and how to control that part of your mind. Now, self-sabotage works a bit differently. It's more subtle in its approach to screw up your account. Now, you might put in a buy for a sell or have a distracting little squirrel moment where you're like, oh, wait, I was in the middle of something. You get distracted a little bit more easy with the self-sabotage stuff, and it's not something that you're doing consciously. It's a subconscious thing. Yeah, so you don't really want yourself to win, which is weird because, like I said, it's a subconscious thing, not a conscious thing. Self-sabotage just means that your mental environment is not in line with your goals. Don't assume that the money is there for the taking when mentally you're not ready to handle what happens if you win. Now, probably one of the hardest concepts for traders to effectively assimilate is that the market doesn't create your attitude or state of mind. It simply acts as a mirror reflecting what's inside of you already. Now, you maintain your confident state of mind simply because you're constantly learning. Conversely, if you're angry or afraid, it's because you believe, to some degree, that the market creates your outcome, not the other way around. Ultimately, the worst consequence of not taking responsibility is that it keeps you in a cycle of pain and dissatisfaction. Developing a winning attitude is the key to success, but most traders think that they will somehow get this winning attitude from the market instead of through their own action. No amount of market knowledge will compensate for the lack of a winning attitude. This is something that you need to develop on your own. Now, your trading plan won't make you a winner if you don't have a consistent winner's attitude. Traders with losing attitudes pick the wrong trades more often, no matter how much knowledge they have or how much they know about the market. Traders with winning attitudes can pick winners more frequently, and the more they know about the market, the more frequently they pick winners because of that positive attitude. Now, if you want to do better as a trader, the first thing you need to do is accept responsibility for your own actions and stop fighting the market and be honest with yourself. You will start to see what it is that you need to learn about the market, and it'll be easier for you to learn those new things. You are the hardest part of trading. Okay, guys, that's going to end today's video. But in the next video, we're going to tackle chapter 4, which is consistency, a state of mind. Now, this happens to be my favorite chapter. Okay, we go over thinking about trading, really understanding risk, and aligning your mental environment. This is not my favorite chapter for like the good reasons that you're thinking. It's my favorite chapter because consistency is where I struggle the most in my trading journey, and this chapter helped me out tremendously. So I hope that you guys get the same amount of value, and I look forward to like getting the information out to you. But until then, go ahead and check out the 101 Wednesday series on the channel. It's about trading Forex and crypto and just going over different tools and things that I like to use, answering questions and things like that. Now, since we are tucked away safely in our homes, you might as well learn something new, right? But until then, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed today's content, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on what's next. Comment below. Let me know if you guys are getting value from this material. I am ecstatic about bringing this book to you guys. And share on social media if you think others can benefit from the information in the video. But as always, I hope you guys are having an awesome and productive day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.